All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash the like button, and specifically this video, for you to share it with a friend, share it with your community and other investors you know, because I'm going to cover a lot of things that some investors are either aware of or unaware of completely. And we're here to learn from this video and be prepared and aware. I always say it, I'm not a bear. I just like to be prepared and aware, and I always do it. We did it last time in the last correction, and we were prepared throughout the whole volatility, and we've rode this back up, and now I want us to be prepared again. Those of you that remember my videos and came across my channel at that time, I'll never forget it. A lot of you guys were learning a lot of new things, and a lot of you guys were becoming aware of things you were not aware of before. So all I ask is for you to spread on, the word of Invest for Tomorrow's video, share it with others so they can learn as well. Now, let's talk about what's going on here with the S&P 500 index. So there's two things I'm seeing. The first thing is it ran completely and now it's pulling back. And even though it's pulling back, we also have some growth stocks and different stocks like yesterday, not today, but yesterday specifically, were running up. So I don't know if we're in the middle of a rotation, and a lot of the reopening plays have to do with the S&P 500 and the cyclical and value stocks are actually getting dumped. But overall too, the market has been hit today. We actually saw today that it's not just a rotation, if not, it's the overall market getting it hit, and there's a reason for it, okay? So today there was some things that the Fed hinted, and that's why this spiked to the downtrend, okay? Now, if you're not aware of what's going on, it's going to catch you by surprise, but just because the stock market is falling does not mean that there's not opportunities. I'm about to share with you guys a few opportunities here on the screen, as the ones you can see right now in the charts. When I mention them, some of the put options that I've actually traded and I'm soon going to start sharing. As you can see here on the screen, there's endless opportunities, and I've been taking care of all these opportunities within the last 2 weeks. So there's so much opportunity in the markets no matter what's going on. It's just about being aware and prepared about it and being able to get through the volatility. And for those that are long, this is an opportunity to buy more of your favorite shares. And for those that are short or actually doing short-term trades, swing trading, you want to be very careful, but it does not mean you have to walk on eggshells. Like you saw on the screen, there's plenty of opportunities. So let's talk about what's going on. The first thing that made the whole entire stock market drop so fast was the fact that this was kind of at 1.62. It was picking up 1.63, and all of a sudden it shot up to 1.69, hitting a high today and now kind of cooling off. So since it cooled off a little bit, the stock market started to run back up again. But this big drop has to do with that spike, and the overall market has been dropping for the last several days. But that was a pretty big drop today alone, guys. Look at that. I mean, on the 19th, that's what dropped all the way down to 406, picked back up, dropped again back to 408, not that far from it, right? And not 408, excuse me, 4,083 and 4,061. I was thinking of the SPY, but you guys know what I mean. And it hit right here, 4,080s, and now it's running back up because things have cooled off a little bit. Now, this is what I'm seeing, and this is the trend that we caught on to last time, right? The pullback, the jump, the pullback, the jump. Okay, the pullback, the jump, the pullback, the jump. Now we need to see if this jump can continue or if another pullback is coming. But at the end of the day, when you look at it from this direction, it looks like we're kind of sitting sideways. Like right now, we're just consolidating before the next catalyst to jump up. Okay, that's one theory. The other theory is when you really look at it, we're pointing downwards. Okay. And if we go back up and we go back down and we go back up and we go back down and we continue in this direction, we're starting to see ourselves in a correction / crash. And that's the big question. So why are the stock markets down today? Well, the 10-year treasury spiked big time. And this is the most important article here. So the Fed hinted it could reconsider easy policy if economy continues rapid improvement. This came out today at 2 p.m. So this is very, very interesting stuff. So if they go ahead and ease on stopping the easy policy and they're reconsidering it, that means that they're going to start tapering very soon or start talking about it, okay? Federal Chairman, right, Jerome Powell said after the meeting that recovery remains uneven and far from complete, and the economy was still not showing the substantial further progress standard the committee has set before it will change policy. So he stated several times that in the last several meetings, but this is what's going on. A number of participants suggested that if the economy continued to make rapid progress towards the committee's goals, it may or might be appropriate at some point in the upcoming meetings to begin discussing a plan for adjusting the pace of asset purchases. Okay, that right there is enough said within itself. So basically, tapering is coming. It's coming pretty soon, maybe in the next meeting or in the next 2 meetings. So the anticipation of this is very, very interesting and soon, right? Now, if it could take towards the last part of the year, I just want you guys to know that when tapering is announced, it doesn't mean that it just happens right away, and it doesn't mean that, you know, the stock market's just going to collapse. Tapering is a foreshadowing of interest rates going up. Okay, so I do want you guys to be aware of that. That's what happens. History has shown that. And if you look up the 2013 process of how tapering was handled, you will learn a little bit more about that. So if you want to look more information on that, you can after this video. So the Fed also upgraded its view on the economy, saying growth has strengthened and inflation was rising. Okay, they basically said it. So we have Jerome Powell saying things, you know, everything's all right. We're going to keep going until we get to substantial further progress. We're uneven and far from complete. And then it goes ahead and says, you know, it's upgrading its view on the economy. That's what he said about a month ago. This is a month in the present. And also that growth has strengthened and inflation was rising. Well, we know inflation was rising. So the April meeting was held before inflation numbers for the month were released. And that's showing us that inflation was not really priced in back in April, and now it is, and it's showing itself, and inflation is set to grow and go up, but hopefully it's transitory, right? As they say here, right? After the transitory effects of these factors fade, our participants generally expect and measure inflation to ease and also stay around 2% inflation target for year over year. But we don't know yet. They say it's going to be transitory, and if it is, it may take a few months, and then it's supposed to cool off. And there's going to be moments where the 10-year treasury is going to be spiking like it did today. And second, there's going to be the worries of obviously the stock market falling, no one knowing if we're in a correction or crash, how far down it could go. And on top of that, if interest rates need to be pulled out as a wild card from the Federal Reserve to go ahead and use it as one of their tools to taper down or, you know, turn that transitory inflation into a reality. Because if it's getting out of hand, it won't be transitory and things will actually have to be acted upon pretty quickly. So that's one thing. The second thing is exactly what they said right here, how they want to start talking about tapering down in the upcoming meetings. So that is a foreshadowing right there in itself, that tapering is going to start being discussed and when it's coming. So we got some bumpy roads to go through, but through the bumpy roads, like you guys saw earlier in the video, there's plenty of opportunities, and we will continue to look for opportunities. And those that are long and looking for opportunities that they want to hold 6 months and years out, 6 months plus, there's going to be plenty of discounts for those that are interested and are bullish on the stocks that they have done their research on. And for those that are swing traders and day traders, the opportunities are endless and they never stop. If you want to join the community, the Discord link is down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.